can't feed 100 people, just feed one. Child hunger affects everyone in the economy, and so the reason my speech is important is because college students are affected by what's happening in the economy and poverty. The reason I'm credible to share this topic of child hunger is due to the reason of my research. The significant problem of child hunger caused by poverty may be solved by focusing on poverty. Now, on to my first point. The problem we have in child hunger in the United States, food insecurity rates across the nations for families with children have risen up. Nearly 2/3, more than 1 in the 5th rural children are estimated to experience food insecurity. Federal spending on UDSA's food systems have brought around 1.82 billion to help the kids in need. Now, 2 years after the COVID-19 pandemic caused schools closures and forced shutdowns, 12 million children in America are struggling with hunger. Now, tell me, food insecurity rate is a harmful thing, and it could hurt many people, and it could leave devastating scars on you. Unfortunately, almost 800 million people in the world went hungry. Last year, it was about 1 in 9, and who's most significantly affected by child hunger is low-income families and in lower developed towns and cities. Multiple signs of child hunger outcome measures included children, chronic health condition, and behavior problems and anxiety, depression, and it's measured by the child's behavior. And higher levels of chronic illnesses and internal behavior problems and all these other problems forged by the mental problems, physical problems, and not having enough energy to use any strength to look and looking famished and other things. Like the reason they don't have any food is because they're not financially well. And now moving on to the cause of child hunger. Poverty. Poverty is a root of child hunger. And the reason, and when a family lives on 2.15 per day, the economic definition of poverty, that is the economic definition of poverty, is they are usually unable to meet their basic needs. They have difficult choices to make if they should either give their kid food or if they should keep their house, if they should have them have a roof over their head. And now on to my second cause of children hunger, malnutrition. Despite incredible advances in these past 2 decades, it remains one of the world's most biggest devastating problems, yet solvable problems. And right now, the world produces enough food for everyone, every person on earth, to lead a healthy, active life. The problem is unequal access to resources. I believe that actually meeting the quota will help us end child hunger, world hunger. In the United States, the solution rests in connecting children in poverty to available programs and services. The people of faith need to join with other citizens of goodwill in providing a voice for poor children and their families, into creating a voice for the people who don't have one and give them a bigger audience. And now that I've finished going over my cause of child hunger, I will now state the solution to help fix child hunger. The significant problem of child hunger is caused by poverty and may be solved by focusing on poverty. How we can help get rid of poverty and / child hunger is through increasing household income and social welfare systems that have been provided and have effectively hugely affected child hunger and helped and how we produce, process, distribute, and consume our foods, as well as reduce food loss and waste, will help us reach our goal. And some of our practical, easy ways of getting rid of child hunger is really just through support, such as cash transfers or food distributions. And why fixing world hunger / child hunger will give kids a better life, helps them physically, mentally, through proper nutrition and other things like help tackle poverty and getting rid of the problem if we are going to eat tomorrow. The problem is poverty. malnutrition, COVID-19, and conflict, poverty, and low-income cities and towns, increasing household incomes and social welfare systems, and help reduce food waste. These will all help us. Poverty is literally the biggest problem, and is the biggest reason we have world hunger. A meal a day keeps another person alive. I hope you have learned from this, and you help make that change and make the world a better place.